All right, let's do a little round table, little check-in. How we doing?
For me, it was a really good week. I was afraid it was going to be bad because I was on a cruise the whole week until yesterday. But being on the cruise, and it was a Disney cruise, so you don't have really good Wi-Fi or cell service. And it kind of opened my mind to the idea that I don't really need that cell phone. My mornings
Mm,
were amazing. Reading and journaling and just sitting outside watching the sun, as opposed to at home. I'm so anxious to get on that phone and start
mm.
working and checking socials and all that stuff. So that part was really good. Got to do a lot of adventure, which, like I said, is one of my core values. It was all with family, another of my core values. I did make some poor food choices intentionally.
Tim,
I'm on a cruise. I'm going to enjoy myself. It's vacation. And as soon as I was off the ship, did my 24-hour fast in payment for those poor food choices.
a perfect example, the balance aspect of living the captain's lifestyle, knowing how to properly balance and not out of a place of shaming yourself or punishing yourself, but doing it out of love for self because you understand that you can truly enjoy life in all situations once you are able to balance that aspect of it. So fantastic work
It's funny you
right there.
say the whole balance thing because normally I would have felt really guilty and like I'm eating like shit. I'm making poor choices. I'm such a bad person. I'm never going to be healthy. But it was totally different having been this far in the program because I was like, no, I'm choosing to do this, knowing that the rest of my time I'm going to be good and I'm going to do the fast when I get back. And I'm having that balance, like you said.
Mhm.
I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm just, this is it. So
Mhm. For you to be able to have that mindset this past week, what has helped you the most from the program?
that's going to take some thought. A lot of it to me, for my head, is the self talk and like you talked about, deciding,
Hmm.
not hemming and hawing, not going over it in your head. And thanks to Nate Dogg, also, a lot of the meditation has helped too. It's just really retraining the way you think about things, I think, has been the biggest impact to that. I kept saying I'm going swimming in the ocean. My wife's like, it's freezing out there. It's freezing. It's not cold. I take a cold shower every morning. And that was after I did the 5K because they have a 5K on the island. And my hip was hurting. Went into the ocean, wasn't cold, felt great. Walked out of the ocean and my hip pain was gone. It was amazing. How does this work?
And you were born anew.
It was awesome.
All right, let's go with Nate Dogg.
Past week has been amazing. I want to note that since we had our goal setting, our year planning session, I believe it was in December, every day except one, I have done my 5:30 a.m. cold shower, and I'm really proud of myself for that. So want to note that, and in gratitude to the program for giving me space to hold myself accountable in that, and have been really getting better at doing my morning routine, my rising ritual in more of a compacted time space of doing it more efficiently, making my
Hmm.
way through the different things. The past week has been amazing. I'm also prepping for my launch for Microdosing Mastery in the beginning of April. And so have been getting back into the flow of Instagram and having the online presence and talking and doing the things in front of the camera. And that's been feeling good as well. So very grateful for that. And life is beautiful.
Rad, very rad. That's one of my favorite feelings when something just feels true. That's like me when I saw this place on Facebook Marketplace. I was like, of course that's my place. Of course I'm going to be spending all day out on my rooftop deck. And I just
Yeah.
felt it as truth. And then it manifested itself.
Right.
It's the power of visualization and affirmations and dreaming and being conscious of the things that you want and holding them in mind and thinking, feeling, and acting in alignment with those things. You going to keep the cold showers going, or what do you think?
Oh, 100% all year.
All right, Ken.
I think one of well, especially the biggest revelations I think over the last week was that I get up early in the morning. I got to get all this knocked out, do it before I leave for to deal with traffic. and things like that. And over the last week and a half, I shifted to more of the 6:30 a.m. and knocking out a bunch of stuff, or not my, basically splitting up my cages to where I was still able to leave before traffic, but do the other half of the cages when I got to work. So I do movement and cold shower when I first got up, and then work on my affirmations and MVP and growth once I got to work, so I could deal with the traffic but sleep later. It seems a little more natural. The efficiency score has gone up and my sleep scores have gotten better. The last nights I've slept without the CPAP machine, and my nighttime waking was still normal with what it was with it on at 1.5, between 1.5 to 2, which is, 2 is good. I can tell you without the machine probably 2 years ago, it'd probably be 4 or 5 interruptions per hour, until that my nasal airway is open a lot more. I can kind of feel it, feel the sinus congestion or anything like that. So it's working out a lot better. And one of my big goals this year is just really dialing in sleep. And so that's coming together.
Sleep is the rising tide that raises all ships. Main aspects of circadian health are light and body temperature. And the things that influence that are the sunrise, obviously, in the sunset, and artificial light for light. For body temperature, then we've got meal timing, because digestion raises body temperature. So that's why the 3 and the 4, 3, 2, 1, 30 is like eat as far away from bedtime as possible. And why we have movement in the morning, because movement generates blood flow and heats the body up. So that's why we do that in the morning. So we want to warm the body up in the morning, cool the body off at night. Also, cold exposure increases body temperature. So that's why we do cold in the morning, because the vasodilatory effect after the cold shower, you get this rush of blood. So for the evening could be like a warm shower, hot shower, or a contrast shower, like hour to 90 minutes before bed. Also, I would recommend investing in a nice magnesium rub for yourself. This was good for both self-care, like just feel nourished and like and soft and smooth and relaxed, but also the magnesium will help with sleep and sore muscles. So I've been using the one from Honeybee Hippie, and that's been great. Speaking of like self-care, this module on stress, and Honeybee Hippie giving me these products that I never would have used, like scrubs and like honey wash and like all these girly things. And I'm like, I'm never going to use these. And I've been using them. And let me tell you what, guys, if you don't have a skincare routine, man, this stuff is incredible. Like washing my beard and hair with honey, and there's other oils in there as well. It feels so nourished. Like skin is hydrated. I feel great. I look incredible. It's like got this glow to me. Like my skin, I'm like bronzed, like Greek statue of vitality now. It's like, wow, this is the piece that I was missing, this like skincare, taking care of myself in the shower, and then not using like the 5-in-1 hair, beard, and face wash that guys use. I swear, like I thought this stuff was gay and like I'm never gonna, do anything like that. And it's like, I promise you, it feels really good, because when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play well. When you play well, you have fun at life. And that's the whole point, right? To have fun, be productive, and enjoy it. What did Tim say? Your face has looked much cleaner and alive on your video since you got that product, I noticed. Yeah. No, that combined with the amount of sun that I've been getting has just been like, yeah, I feel like I'm glowing. It's like floating through life.